guys, what's going on? And welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, I'm Charlie Renee, and let's get this video started. My fave month. I love Halloween and I love creepy shit, okay? I love the creepy. This month I was supposed to record about 4 or 5 videos. I still will be doing that. It just probably be at the end of the month versus the beginning of the month, starting with this video. So today we have some creepy, very creepy content going on. So let's hop right into it, you guys. Today we're going to be doing top 5 scariest dolls. I had to do a lot of research. I actually lost the research, then I recorded the video, then I had to re-record the video. So let's just get right into it. All right, cool. I will be smoking in this video, so if you are a stoner too, shout out to the Stoner Nation, and please partake with me a J or 3 and less. So first up on the list is Elmo. Elmo is a public figure. Is a public figure from Sesame Street. He is a puppet that was then created into a toy. The original toy would just giggle. Now, as the toy progressed, Elmo began to speak words like "that tickles" and "oh boy." He would eventually go on to learn his owner's name. And when the Bowman family bought this toy for their 2-year-old, I doubt that they understood what they were buying. So they bought this toy for their 2-year-old. I believe it was for Christmas in 2008. So it's recent. It's fairly recent. When they bought this toy for their 2-year-old, everything was fine. They went and changed the batteries in the Elmo because I'm guessing the batteries had died. And the doll begins to ad-lib and chant and giggle.
Kill James. Kill James. Kill James.
Which is their 2-year-old. So, normal parents, of course, they took the toy and got rid of it. That was the last they spoke on it. I will continue to do research because I want to know what happened to the Elmo. But that's all they gave. That's all the information they gave. So let's go with that. Yeah, so this is probably the least scary one on my list. So if you are triggered by scary things or you're going to have nightmares or any of that, I've asked you to click off my video. Also, I'm not going to be putting any pictures up here of the dolls because some of these dolls do not like pictures, and I'm not trying to get haunted by no doll, okay, y'all? I'm not trying to dabble in nothing that I don't want coming to me, so I'm just making the video. You guys can go do your own research and find your own photos for these dolls. These are legendary dolls that I talked about in the paranormal community, so all of the dolls that I mentioned in this video, you can definitely go look at. All right, so moving on. Number 4. So number 4 on this top 5 list is Mandy. And Mandy is a porcelain doll, they believe, from Europe, and was created around 1910. She's a really, really old doll. She's over 100 years old. And Mandy was donated to a museum out in Canada by a lady that claimed that Mandy cried all night long. She couldn't get any sleep because this doll kept crying. So she donates the doll, and after she donates the doll, things begin to go wrong at the museum. The staff would claim that they are missing lunches and that things are going missing. They would put Mandy in the case with other dolls, and she would destroy them. She would damage the other dolls. She does not play well with other dolls, so they have her in an enclosed space by herself. And often, visitors of the museum would report that they took a picture with Mandy and it disappeared, or their phone would glitch and things of that nature. She still resides at the museum. I'll put the museum below along with their address. It'll be across the screen right here. So you can go visit Mandy in Canada. She is still there in her own enclosed case. All right, number 3. So number 3 is Charlie. Charlie was discovered in an attic in a Victorian home in New York City, wrapped in paper dating back to the 1930s. Also in that box that he was found in was the Lord's Prayer. The family that discovered Charlie thought that Charlie was a keepsake item, so they put him on display with the rest of their dolls. After a couple of weeks, they noticed that Charlie began to switch places with the other dolls surrounding him. Later, their daughter began to say that Charlie would talk to her. But you know, kids have imagination, so I'm guessing that the parents thought that the kids were playing until mysterious scratches started to pop up on the little boy and the little girl that they had in the home. They eventually put Charlie back where they found him, and he now resides in Massachusetts, not that far from Salem, where you can go visit him in an odd shop, I believe. I'll also put that below right now, and y'all can go visit Charlie. Yeah. Number 2. Now, if you've seen the movie Annabelle, you've seen the movie Annabelle, so you know that the Warren family owns the original Annabelle. So I'm going to give you a little history on Annabelle. Instead of the porcelain doll, I believe, that was played as Annabelle on the movie, Annabelle is actually a Raggedy Ann doll. And if you don't know what a Raggedy Ann doll is, you're too young. I don't even know why you're on my page. But Raggedy Ann dolls were very, very popular back in the day. So Annabelle is portrayed as like a porcelain doll in the movie, and she's actually a Raggedy Ann doll, and she does actually have a lot of history behind her. So Annabelle was originally given to a nurse named Donna and her roommate. Now they took Annabelle in, and everything was going smoothly until Annabelle began to move around the apartment while they weren't home. They noticed that she would just be in different locations. Like, they would leave her on a chair and they come back and she's on the floor. And they were willing to put up with it up until Annabelle started to leave tags on where, saying help. So they would find her on the floor, even though they left her on the chair, and she would have a sticky note attached to her that said help, or help me. Annabelle then went on to attack the roommate's boyfriend. So it was Donna, and then it was her roommate. She attacked the roommate's boyfriend. And after finding Annabelle laying on the floor with blood on her dress is when they decided to contact a psychic. And the psychic did confirm that Annabelle was possessed by a spirit. After finding out that that the doll was possessed by a little girl named Annabelle, they reached out to the Warren family, where she now resides in their paranormal shop along with a lot of other items. And I'll put the name of their place right here. And you can go visit Annabelle, and they have a sign that says, "Positively, please do not open." What now? Okay, and last but certainly not least is, so if you ever wondered where the idea for Chucky came from, it came directly from this doll I'm finna talk about right now, which is Robert. Now, for a disclaimer, before I even start talking about Robert, I want to say, Robert, I'm asking for your permission to talk about you and disclose you to these people that are watching. And I'll tell y'all why I did that. Robert is one of them dolls we need to talk about, honey. We need to talk about this. So in 1904, a kid by the name of Robert Eugene Otto was given a doll, a life-size handmade doll. And the person who gave him this doll was a slave or a worker of the family. I want to say slave because, okay. And she was fired for performing magical acts on their property. So they believe that she did something to the doll. That's neither here nor there. I don't know, speculation. So gives the kid this doll, and the kid is really, really, really attached to this doll. He begins to carry the doll around everywhere, and he eventually ends up giving the doll his name, which is Robert. And as soon as he gave the doll his name, he started to go by Gene. And when people would ask him why don't you go by Robert anymore, he would say, that's the doll's name. The doll's name is Robert. Everything was going good until the little boy started to get in trouble. He would get in trouble and he would blame the doll for these acts. He would say, Robert did it. Robert did it. Something happens, Robert did it. So then the parents noticed that Robert would change facial expressions. And then they noticed that, the neighbors will be walking past and they say, oh, I seen someone walking upstairs in the attic. And no one's upstairs in the attic except for Robert. So as Eugene got older, he kept the doll up until the day he died. And the doll would eventually go to live in a Key West, Florida museum. I'll put the museum below. You can go visit Robert. And the staff at the location would claim that Robert would touch the glass, or Robert would be saying, moving his face or making facial expressions. And there's a sign that says, if you would like to record or take a picture of Robert, please ask permission. And that's why you see me at the beginning of talking about Robert, I asked permission. Because there are tons of letters, and I'll put the pictures of the letters, y'all. Tons of letters people write to Robert every single day, who has taunted him, who has not believed in him, who has taunted the glass and everything. And they write and plead to Robert to stop taunting them, because they visited. There is a whole list of people that are asking Robert to stop haunting them. They blame Robert for car accidents, financial ruin, broken bones. The list goes on, you guys. The list goes on. That's why he's saying me ask for permission at the beginning of this video. I don't need none of that in my life. But Robert is a very interesting doll because he has so much history behind him, and it's so many people that actually had encounters with him, and that is amazing. Like, you know, yes, he's a doll, but obviously he's made a big impact for them to make 3 sequel movies about him and all of that stuff. So very, very interesting. All right, y'all. I really hope y'all enjoyed this video. I've been prepping to make this video forever. If you want to see why I got this hairstyle, you can check out my Instagram. I'm going to insert it right here. Go check out my Instagram. If you are not following me on Instagram, then why you not following me? Like, please click the like, click the subscribe button. Please share this video with a friend. And I'll see you guys next video. Bye. Oh, I hope I scared the bejesus out of you. All right. Happy Halloween.
Sipping Patron on the rocks. Sipping Patron on the rocks.
It's your girl, Shirley Renee, and I'm back with another motherfucking video.